Good morning, students. Welcome. F5 BCOM SEM1 in that economics. In the laws of production, we have discussed about the short-term production. In your business enterprise, if you want to make more production or if you are adding more variables in your production system, in the short term, how that particular things affect on your production system, that we study in our previous video. Now in today's video we are going to study in the long term how your production system is affected by the scale or by the variable you are adding in your production system. So now on the page number 79 in your book there is long term production is given. So let's start with long term production. It means in the long time, in the long period, how your production system affects in your business enterprise. That in long term production there is no difference of variable and constant. In the long term, all factors are considered variable because in the long term the firm can change the volume scale of its plant. It means in the short term, we have seen there is two type of factors, but there is two type of related factors are available in the market. The first is variable, and the second is fixed or constant. In the short term production system, you can change the variable factors, but you cannot change the fixed factors. Like you cannot change in the plant, you cannot change in the capital in your business enterprise in the short term, but in the long term, all the factors become variable. Variable means the factors in which you can change, you can make changes in any factor, that is called variable factors. And as we know, in the short term, you cannot change your plant, you cannot change your production system. But in the long term, it is possible to change in any factors of the production related to your business enterprise. So in the long term, each and every factors of the production, like land, labor, capital, all these factors can be changed. So in the long term production system, all the factor becomes variable. There is no concept like fixed in long term production system. To meet the changes in demand, it can expand the scale of the plant to increase the supply or make the plant small to meet the reduced demand. It means in the long-term production system, if your demand for the product you produce is increased, you can make more production. Or if your demand for any production or any product you produce decrease, at that time you can decrease in the production also. Say for example, in the long term production system, the current demand of your product is 100, and if this demand will increase from 1 to 110, you can increase the factors of the production. Or on other hand, if your demand will decrease from 100 to 90, you can reduce the factors of the production you included in the production system. So according to the demand, you can make changes in any factors of the production in a business enterprise in the long term production, but in the short term production, these changes is not possible because in the short term you have only one variable, and that is labor. You can make changes in the level of the short term production. Any other factors like land capital, these type of factors you cannot change. But in the long term production system, you can make changes in any factors of the production as per your demand, as per your requirement. Thus, in the long term, it is natural that all factors can be called variable. That's why you can make changes in any factors of the production in the long time, in long period. That's why it is called that each and every factor in the long term production, in the long run, it is called the variable factors. If all factors are variable in the long term, and if all factors are increased, how the quantity of production is changed. Again, as all factors are variable in the long term, and if all factors are increased, how the quantity of production is changed can be examined in the following manner. It means in your business enterprise, if you are making changes in any other factors or your quantity is increased, you are adding more factors of the production in the production system, how that increment will affect your production, this will be studied in this law. So the first is the advantage of the law of economies of scale. The first is given on the page number 80 in your book. There is an advantage of law of as we know, the short-term production system, that law known as diminishing marginal law. Same, this law, it means long-term production system. This law is known as law of economies of scale. What is economies of the scale? Here, the word economies of scale is given. Economies of scale means when you are free to add any factors of the production, or when you are free to decrease in any factors of the production, you can make changes in the scale of your factors of the production. Here the scale is given. Here the scale is given. It means you can make changes in the proportion, or you can make changes in the scale of the production system in your business enterprise as per your want, as per your wish. So that's why this is called the law of economies of scale. So let's understand what is the meaning of economies of scale and how this law affect on your production system. In the long term, when the proportion of all factors of production is increased, the relationship between the proportion of increase in factors of production and the proportion of production can be understood with the help of the law of economies of scale. It means in your business enterprise, in the long term, if your proportion of all factors is increased, your production also increases. It means if you are adding more variable, more factors of the production, say for example, when your output is 100, at that time your factors of production is 10, including all the factors, land, labor, capital, all the factors. When you are adding more factors of the production, no matter what that factor is, if you are adding more factors and this output or this production is increased, this is called the economies of the scale. આપણે સિમ્પલી સમજીએ તો જ્યારે તમારે કોઈ ઉત્પાદન કરવાનું હોય, પ્રોડક્શન કરવાનું હોય, આ પ્રોડક્શનની અંદર કઈ રીતે વધારો થાય તો તમારું ઉત્પાદન, તમે જે છે ફેક્ટર્સ ઓફ પ્રોડક્શન તમારા એમાં એડ કરો, એના કારણે તમારું ઉત્પાદન પણ વધતું હોય, તો એ તમારે જે છે ઇકોનોમિક્સ. હવે તમે જો એમાં વધારો કરો તો વધે, એમાં ઘટાડો કરો તો ઘટી શકે. તમારી ડિમાન્ડ વધારે છે તો તમે જે છે ફેક્ટર્સ ઓફ પ્રોડક્શનમાં વધારો કરી શકો, અને તમારી ડિમાન્ડ ઓછી છે તો તમે તમારા ફેક્ટર્સ ઓફ પ્રોડક્શનની અંદર ઘટાડો કરી શકો. When your demand is high, you can decrease in the factors of the production you added in the production system, and when your demand is in the decremental state, at that time you can decrease in the factors of the production in given production system. So this is the understand This is explained in the law of economies of scale. A firm increase the quantity of all factors to produce the required supply to meet long-term increase in the demand. It means the factors of production which is included in the production procedure, which is included in the production system. It is, say for example, now if we take example to understand this law more accurately. Say for example, now your demand is 100 for a comb. You are producing one machinery and currently your demand is 100 machinery. But you think your demand could be increased. In the future, your demand will increase from 100 to 150. How can you complete this demand? How can you match up this demand in the long term? In the long term, you can make changes in any production factor. તમે જે છે કોઈ પણ પ્રોડક્શન ફેક્ટર તમારો પ્લાન્ટ વજન જે છે એ મોટો કરીને તમારો મશીનરી વધારે કરીને તમારે જે છે વધારે મૂડી લગાવીને you can make changes in any factors of the production and after that you can match up with this demand. If your demand is higher, if you think or you already know in the future your demand will increase and you increase in the factors of the production. Say for example, when your demand is 100, at that time your capital employed is 10 crore rupees. So in the short term production it is not possible to add more capital in the production system, but in the long term it is possible. You can add more capital in the production system from 10 to, say for example, 70 crore rupees. If you are adding more capital in your business enterprise, this more capital ultimately gives you the more production, and more production will match up demand, which will increase from 100 to 150. So this is the economies of the scale. On the other hand, say for example, you think or in the market there is a decremental stage of your product. You think your demand will decrease from 100 to 75. At that time, if you want to make changes, if you want to decrease factors of the production employed in your production system, you can make changes according to your want, according to your requirement. Thus, all the factors become variable. So here it can be said that you can make changes in the capital, you can make changes in the labor employed in your business and enterprise, you can make changes in the lab. You can say for example, when you produce 100 units of any big machine, your demand will increase from 100 to 150. You can make one more plant in your business enterprise to meet up this demand. So you can make changes according to your requirement in any factors of the production according to your requirement. So this is called the economies of scale. Thus, all the factors becomes variable. Here, all the factors are variable. None of factors are constant. As all factors are variable, production may increase, become constant, or decrease. In these circumstances, when the scale of the product firm becomes larger than before, production increases in the beginning, then it becomes stable, and then in the end it will decrease. Thus, with the law of economies of scale, the increasing, stable, and decreasing returns are concerned. It means when you are adding more factors of production in the production system, in the first stage, as we see in the short term, in the first stage is increase or incremental stage, second is constant, and the third stage is decremental stage. As we have seen, the short-term production system. Same for economies of scale. In the long run, if we are adding more factors of the production at that time, in the starting phase of your production system, in the starting phase it will increase. After some times, your marginal production becomes constant, and in the end your marginal production becomes negative, becomes decremental. Here you must have idea about the marginal production. What is marginal production? There is given one word, marginal production. Marginal production means when you are adding one more factors of the production, that one more factors of the production, how much that factor gives you the result. It will be studied in that. Say for example, when you have one plant, at that time your production is how much. After that you add one more plant in the production from 1 to 2. When you have only one plant and you hire one more plant to make production of your business enterprise, so you are adding one plant in the production system. You are adding one plant to this production system. So this one margin, how that one margin can give you maximum benefit if you are adding this plant to your production system. In the starting phase, this plant has incremental result. After that, after some time, this same plant return becomes constant, and after that, the third stage started. In the last stage, your marginal return becomes negative. So, assumption. In the law of economies of scale, following assumptions are ignored. In the production, all inputs or factors are variable. However, entrepreneurial ability that plans and manages the business is stable. As we have seen, in the long run, each and every aspect, each and every factors of the production is variable. In the long run, you can make changes in any factors of the production. But here, you must keep in your mind, while you are making assumption, while you are adding, while you are understanding this law, there is no change in the plan of your business enterprise as well as the managers. Because once you are entrepreneur, or once the higher level authority of your business enterprise will left your job, left your company, at that time your new business entrepreneur or new managers may not be able to understand all the procedure of your business enterprise. So it is studied that your entrepreneur or your high level bodies are not, whereas it is fixed, it is constant. After that, there are no technological changes. As we have known, if there is any vast changes in the technology, that will affect on your business widely. Say for example, before some years, there is conventional farming in the India. All the farmers farming according to the conventional system. But after that, as much as technology arrives in the market, many of the farmers are able to adopt that particular technology, and it is very but obvious thing that if you are adding, or if you are adopting, if you are accepting latest technology will continuously give you the higher result. But when you are implementing, or when you are stuck with your same technology, if you are not making change in any technology in your business enterprise, at that time all the laws related to economics will give you the right result. After that, perfect competition is in existence. It means in the market where you produce when you say, when you are working, that market has a perfect competition. If there is a monopoly, oligopoly or monopolistic competition, at that time this law is not working. So this is also assumption. In the market there is a perfect competition exists in the market. After that, factor combination does not change. This is also one of the important assumptions related to the economies of scale, related to the long-term production system. It means what, first of all, you have to understand what is factor combination. Factor combination means the factors you are adding or you are using in the production system, the combination of that particular thing. Say for example, to produce in any chemical factory or in any business enterprise, they are using some combination to produce some things. Say for example, if we take example of Balaji paper use some combination to produce each and every product of the Balaji. Say for example, to produce wafers, Balaji has the combination for them. To produce any other thing, Balaji paper has some combination, some factors. When you are studying the economics of law at that time, it is also assumption there is no change in the factors of the production or combination of your factors. Say for example, Balaji paper first uses polyethylene potato to produce the wafers. After that, Balaji paper started low quality potatoes to produce any particular product. After that, in the first stage, we have studied this law that in the first stage, the production will increase and this production will give you the incremental marginal return. But when your combination change, it means when you are using less qualitative potatoes in making wafer, at that time it may happen that in the first stage incremental returns does not happens. Incremental returns does not get, you will get the decremental return in the first stage. So this is also one of the important things. Your factors combinations should not change in the long-term production system. If these all assumptions or if these all conditions is to be confirmed, then only this law effect the most. After that, the presentation of the law. After that, the presentation of the law. In that, when inputs are increased in certain proportion, the scale of firm becomes big. It affects the proportion in the following manner, which can be divided into three phases. It means in the first stage, or where there is the inputs are increased in certain proportion, the scale of firm becomes big. Say for example, if you are an owner of any company, you have limited resources, you have limited number of factors of the production available to you. Say for example, in the one plant, you employ 10 crore rupees capital. 10 crore rupees capital. And you employ 150 employees in your business enterprise. This is your factors of the production. But when you increase any factors of the production, say for example, if you are adding one more plant from 1 to 2 plant, so to purchase this plant, you have to add more capital. The cost 5 crore rupees will add, means from 1 to 2 plant, and your capital becomes 15 crore rupee. And when you are adding one more plant in your production system, you also need more workers, you need more laborers in your business enterprise. So if you are adding each and every factors of the production, these factors of the production will gives you the higher result. So if we are doing this type of work in the first stage, it will be in incremental stage. In the first stage, in the starting phase, your marginal production, as much as you are adding factors of the production in the production system, in the starting phase, it will give you the incremental result. After some adjustment, after some marginal production, it will give you the constant result. And in the last stage, if we are adding more and more factors of the production in the production system, that particular production system will not give you result. On the other hand, this gives you the decremental result, because when you are adding any factors of the production, your expectation is to get more profit or more return as compared to your efforts, as compared to your factors of the production. But in the last stage, it is not give in the incremental stage, it is give you the decrease. The factors you added, that is not give you return as per your convenience, as per your requirement. So this is the law. How that particular incremental stage, constant stage and decrease stage will affect in your economies of scale. This will be studied in our next video. Thank you.